All right, what is up, everyone? OJ over here from Player Essence. Welcome back to another PE Live. Today we've got a special PE Live because we've talked about some Pokemon. The new Pokemon game has finally been revealed, and it's freaking looking pretty cool. I like it. The Pokemon Company, unfortunately, for those who didn't see my live reaction to the gameplay or to the trailer or to whatever, the Pokemon Company was taking it down. They were taking down. Well, they were blocking everybody's videos, so you can't see it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I put up another video doing my reaction. So if you want to see my full thoughts or whatever that I talk about the game extensively, we'll do that. But tonight's about you guys, about what you guys think, and I'll be adding in my opinions. Okay, so don't take what I say, don't take it personally when it comes to it. But shout outs to everybody here. Thank you to the 120 plus people watching. Hopefully you guys had good days at work or good days at school. You guys can come back, relax, talk about some Pokemon, and we can all enjoy talking about what we love, which is video games, right? So let's go ahead and get into the shout-outs here. In terms of Ninja news, there is no Ninja news because it's just been nuts today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the music. It was just a mismatch of Pokemon music. So just look up, just look up all the, I don't know which tracks were which. I just played a bunch of different Pokemon music. So there you go. But let's go and get into the shout-outs here, guys. And then we'll continue on with talking about Pokemon. So let's see here. Shout outs to Silver Phantom. LX is here. What's good, Silver Phantom? How you doing today? Oh, and I think this is one of the first that I've ever done, guys. PE News is actually done. All I got to do is render and upload it. I actually finished PE News before the live stream tonight. I'm so proud of myself for I'm getting sleep tonight. I am going to sleep tonight. Woo! I'm so happy. I get to go to sleep after the stream. I'm going to eat dinner and then I'm going to go to sleep. Oh my gosh, I'm happy. Anyway, let's see here. Don't take it personally, but OJ's a casual Pokemon fan, bruh. Stop it before I slap you up in this new game. Shout outs to Hunter N64, Elite Ninja Hunter N64, Angel Page, what's good? Zeno Zengetsu, what's good, man? Dank Meme, what's good? J2 Blue, what's good? Edith Barnes, what's good? And Arcadia, what's good, man? KJ2399, what's good? Ulysses Rosales, what's good, man? How you doing? Shout outs to Elite Ninja Ulysses. Elite Ninja Alonzo Vines in the chat. What's good, Alonzo? Elite Ninja Nintendo Direct says Team Grookey. Team Grookey for life, okay. Let's look at the Team Grookey. Shout outs to Elite Ninja Aron. Elite Ninja Renangon user Katana Riku is here. What's good, Katana Riku? Elite Ninja Renangon user Rip Prime 4 is also here. What's good, man? J2 Blue, Elite Ninja J2 Blue is here. Elite Ninja NX Revolution is here. What's up, man? Deadlock 7. What's good, Deadlock? Let's see here. No Smash tonight. Unfortunately, probably no Smash because I'm dead tired from working all day. I'm just dead tired, guys. I was up at 4:45 a.m. I was just up all day. I'm sorry. I'm just really tired from working all day because I had to edit other videos too, and I had to edit my own video, plus this live stream, plus the early live stream. I'm just tired, and I'm just tired. Shout outs to Mike. Is that Review Tech eating the cucumber? Shout outs to Mike S. with the $2 donation. It says Reggie 2020. Let's go. Shout outs to Review Tech USA, by the way. Shout outs, man. He's doing big things over on his channel. Party Man is here. Elite Ninja Party Man's here. Thank you, Mike S for the donation, though. I appreciate it. First donation of the stream, which of course that makes you the top stream ninja for today, Mike S. So thank you. Mike S doesn't think very high of himself, so he just doesn't capitalize anything. Lowercase m, lowercase s. Shout outs there. Zenos and Gets, you got to do vector calculus homework. All right, you'll catch the stream replay. Okay, thanks for coming out. Thank you. I appreciate that, Zeno. You have a nice night, and hopefully you enjoy, or maybe you don't enjoy your calculus. I don't know about that. Let's see here. Shout outs to NoFan79. Nah, I didn't really take a nap, to be honest. I mean, I lied down for a bit, but I couldn't really sleep too much. I mean, I couldn't really get much sleep just because I was thinking about the mountains of work that I have for this week. So you chose Team Marina, huh? Okay, shout outs to So You Chose Team Marina. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village of Player X. Everybody, please welcome Marina to the village. Let's go. Thank you so much. Welcome. Omega Chase is here. What's good? Is it Kaleido is here? What's good? Dorkman is here. What's good? Didiz is here. What's good, man? Let's see here. 164 shout outs. What's good? Cucumber boys. Be more Kuma, what's good, man? Let's see here. El Chupacabra, so that's leading to El Chupacabra. What's good? Let's see. More impressed by Let's Go debut trailer. What would impress you with the Let's Go debut trailer over this game? That's what I want to know. Like, what would impress you with like an overhead view of the camera of the towns compared to a complete 3D like view of like when you go into a town, there's actually like, it's not just like an overhead tilted view. What makes you more impressed with the overhead tilted view of a remake of the game compared to easily more ambitious game? I want to know. Let me know with that. Tell me how that's more impressive. Let's Go. I want to know these people saying, Let's Go more impressive? Let's Go's that looking more impressive. What are you impressed with Let's Go? That's what I want to know. Let's see here. You have respect for Review Tech USA? Of course I have respect for Review Tech USA. It's all good, Jeremy. You don't have to explain, my man. I appreciate you being here. You being here helps out. So let's see here. T-Dude, what's good, T-Dude? Random Crazy Gamer, what's good, man? Let's see here. Bro Knight, what's good? Blue Bolt, what's good? Tether Gaming, what's up, man? Let's see here. Proto, what's good? I'll answer questions in just a bit. Crackcat, what's good, man? How you doing? Good to see you here. I don't think I've seen you here for a while, man. Where you been? What you been up to, Crackcat? It's good to see you here once again. Nigel Sims, Elite Ninja Nigel Sims is here. What's good? Good to see you here, my man. Dave Gaming, what's good? Let's see here. The Sword and Shield looks clean. The background, as the backgrounds, but the character models need some work. The character models need some work. I thought the character models were one of the best looking things about the game. I thought more of like the ground and maybe some of the backgrounds and stuff like that needed work more so than the character models actually look pretty clean. I don't think they're gonna get much better than what they are. Yo, Zilla ×2 with the Toby Buster. Let's go, Zilla ×2. My man, showing us the love, showing us the support. Let's go, Zilla ×2 being the first trifecta in. Let's go. Thank you so much for unlocking that jutsu. Sweep it in like the fourth Hokage. Zilla ×2. Yo, man, big support this week, homie. Big support. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really do. Now I'm gonna buy a Pokemon themed camera now. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Zilla ×2. You guys give some love for Zilla ×2. Becoming the top stream ninja, the stream boss, and also donating to the Ninja War Funds. You guys all know donating to Player Essence. What we do, we use it to make equipment better. We use it to buy all sorts of cool stuff. For example, better quality. You know, like we got that Elgato green screen. We got stuff like this. We got better quality audio now at this point. We got better quality. Got a better quality camera, so I appreciate the support. We got better quality. We got better quality lights in the house, so thank you so much. I appreciate the support, man. I really do, guys, because it really does go a long way to making things better here on Player Essence. So thank you. I appreciate that, Zilla ×2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Nindy Gamer, what's good? What's good? King Hebrew, what's good, homie? Do I have the fridge yet? No, I'm still looking at getting the fridge. The fridge is coming, though. The fridge is coming. Let's see here. Most people don't know you got the lights there. Yeah, I do got the lights there to light the background a little bit. And then I have separate lights. I have, I call them like spider lights. I don't know what they're officially called, but I have like these weird like spider looking lights that like kind of like Venom or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I have these lights here. I have another spider light right there. So yeah, it's, I also have, foam, or what was it? Soundproofing foam on here that you guys can't see. I don't want to move my camera, but there's foam, soundproofing foam that I bought to help with the audio a little bit more. So yeah, the little things. Let's see here. Let's see here. And okay, he says it's kind of funny how people complain about all the ports and remakes on Switch, and then they get mad by saying Gen 4 remakes instead of Gen 8. Dude, I don't really think, and okay, I don't really think these are people that are actually like know what they're talking about. I think this is just, there's just so many people that you're just gonna get a mismatch of people just saying all sorts of random things out there. People are gonna say all sorts of random stuff. People are gonna make all sorts of judgments and assessments before anything even comes out. People are gonna complain and say all sorts of things beforehand. So that's just how the internet works. I don't think people, I think most people are happy with a new game more so than anything. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Yes, VG Mobster in the building. Player says Pokemon already #1 on Amazon. No, let's go. Oh man, I can't get that in PE News. That's okay. I can get it in an update tomorrow though. That's okay. Amazon. So let's check it out, guys. Amazon already #1. I told you guys this game's gonna be a banger. This game's gonna be a banger. Amazon bestsellers video. I'm pretty sure Pokemon is gonna be the best-selling game of the year. It's probably going to be the best-selling game of this year. I think it's going to be the best-selling. I think it has a chance to sell 20 to 25 million. And yeah, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield is already when it comes to video games, 1 and 2. Already 1 and 2. You guys can see yeah, it's already #1. Pokemon Sword. I knew Sword was going to be the better seller. Pokemon Sword #1. You got these stupid PSN cards, but those aren't games because nobody trusts Sony's online network. And then you got Pokemon Shield, Smash Brothers still tearing it up. Red Dead's down there. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Spider-Man. Got a price drop. It was $39.99, now it's $35.99. Almost at the price that I want. Got some Joy-Con controllers. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts price drop down to $50. Not bad. Keep it going. Let's go. Keep it going. I'll pick up Kingdom Hearts when it's like $29.99. I'll pick it up because it'll be $29.99 pretty soon here. Once this wave of new Switch games come out and people just stop buying this stuff, like when we get more Switch games and also once Division and all these other PS4 games come out that are coming out, this will be like $29.99 and then I'll pick it up. Assassin's Creed Odyssey actually went up to $24. It was I bought it for $20. Actually $19.99 on the dot on Amazon. Yo, Pokemon Pikachu or Eevee back in it. So yeah, those are the best sellers. But yeah, we already knew that was gonna happen. Shout outs to Mobster, thank you for that. Appreciate it. We already knew that was gonna happen. We already knew. Min, yo, what's good, Min? Yo, Prince RPG. It would be a Toby Blaster, but it's just super chat. But shout outs, man. Thank you for the big $20, $19.99. My man buying Assassin's Creed Odyssey for me. Thank you. I already bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's been in my Xbox One, and I've installed it, and I started up the loading screen. Prince RPG. I've started up the title screen, and I still have not played it yet. It's just been in my Xbox One X. I've just been ridiculously busy. Shout outs to Prince RPG. You guys give some love to Prince RPG. Thank you for the $19.99 donation. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Wound Up Penguin says, wow, already? Yeah, already. The reason why, because one, it's been a little bit of a low shopping period. You know, games like Metro just came out, Anthem just came out. Those games aren't selling. I mean, Smash Brothers and Red Dead and New Super Mario Bros. Are outselling those games. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to Amazon, at least. Like, people aren't buying that. People rushed out there and bought it the day one. Then people are like, nah, I'm waiting for a price drop. People are getting smarter with their money when they're seeing these games as service. Well, not Metro. Metro's complete, but like Anthem and stuff like that. They're just going to wait on a lot of these games. Even with Metro, it's like, why buy Metro at 60? Like, is Metro a game that you need to rush out there and go buy day one? Not really. If you wait, Metro's going to be like $20 in like 3 or 4 months. You know what I'm saying? So like, why go out there, rush out and buy Metro? Why rush out and buy Anthem? Why rush out and buy these games that don't provide content? You know what I'm saying? That don't provide enough content at $60. No, I'm good. People are just buying Red Dead. People are just buying, you know, Spider-Man. People are just buying, like a lot of people are buying Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, oh, I'll buy it now. It's cheaper. Like, why am I going to sit there and buy these new games? I haven't even played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Let me go back and buy that. So, I mean, let me buy the, pre-order the newest games or whatever the case is. So, like, a lot of people are starting to get a little bit more wiser when it comes to this stuff. I mean, there's no point, in rushing out there. So, yeah, I expected Pokemon to be #1 either today or tomorrow, because once pre-orders go live, everybody rushes out there to pre-order the game. Like, everybody's going to rush out there to pre-order a game like Pokemon, So, Aiden Quinn says 30 million free. Okay, you guys want to talk about that? How much do you guys think this game's going to sell overall? Like, no, not overall. In the first, like, because it's going to come out in November, guys. It's going to come out, like, before Black Friday. I would say, like, November, like, 13th or something like that. In the first month, or by the end of the year, December 31st, how much does Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield sell on the Switch? How much does it do in the first? So that would be like a month and a half, right? That'd be like a month and a half. What do you guys think? What y'all think on that one? Shout outs to the nearly 200 people watching as well. Thank you guys so much. While you guys give me your answers, please make sure you guys follow me on Twitter for the new subscribers. Also, shout outs to Bob Potato with the subscription. I do appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure you check out my Twitter page as well. Month and a half, 20 million free. 20 million free. Aiden. Yo, shout outs, brand new member, my man Dean is once again re-sponsoring up. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back to the elite of the elite ninjas here on Player Essence. My man knows the future. Future's Player Essence. Itachi is upon all of us. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dean. Welcome back, homie. Let's see here. Ulysses says 20 million. You guys got to give me some confidence, though. You guys are just out here putting 15 million? 15 million? So you think it's only going to sell 5 million more than Pokemon Let's Go did in the same time frame? Yo, that's that. I think you're undercutting a little bit. 15 million, and we're going to have a way bigger install base by then, too, bro. That's a little bit short. Dawson 18? Okay, y'all, you guys don't think it's going to sell much more than Pokemon? Let's go. Let's go. Okay. You guys got to tell me if it's like, give me your most confident prediction. If you're confident, put free at the end of it. 18 million free, 20 million free, 22 million free. You guys out here being some busters. I think you guys out here shorting, y'all being, who is confident? Who is confident in their predictions? 20 million free, says Chuba. I'm still subbed on Twitch too. Thank you so much, Diniz. I appreciate that. Homie. You guys give some love to Diniz as well. Knocking off a good amount of HP off of Zilla. Knocking off some nice HP there. Did what is that, 1,000 hit blow for that sponsor? Let's go, Diniz. Nice swing, homie. Proto Popsky says 20 million free. Blue Bolt says 23 million. Yo, this man Blue Bolt out here like, y'all a bunch of saps. Yo, we rolling with 23 million? Okay. Prime 25 million, but he didn't put free, so you're not confident. No, Proto talking about 20 to 25 million easy. Okay, easy. You giving us a little bit of a range. All right, y'all got you guys' ranges, so I'm gonna let Proto, you know, do the range. So you guys give me your ranges, because I know some of you guys are like, okay, let me just do a hard stop at this number. What are the ranges for this game here? Zilla times 2 says 32.7. Where the hell did 32.7? Is that the Nintendo Switch sold after 1 point? 32.7 million free. Let's see here. I give you facts with my response, and you dodged it. What fact? What are you talking about, dude? There's like 200 people. I didn't even read anything here. What did I dodge, dude? What did I dodge? I'm reading off what people are saying. Let's see here. Okay, hold up. Let me scroll up. By then, the Switch would realistically have 40 million player base by then. So I think it would be around 20 million units in the first month, whether physical or not. See, this is that's a silly. See, look at this, man. I work in numbers and in like I've worked in sales and data. So you're saying the Switch had 32.7 million by the end of December, right? So what you're trying to tell me is that by November, with the added sales of Pokemon up until all the way this point, so we have Animal Crossing, we have all these different games that are coming out. We have Animal Crossing, we have Luigi's Mansion, we have Fire Emblem, we have Town, we have Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You're telling me from now till that point, and when Pokemon launches, Switch is only going to be at 40 million. So you're telling me that between all those games that we just talked about, it's going to be 8 million in sales. So that's what you're telling me. VC. You're going with 40 million. So you're telling me that Switch is only going to sell, it's going to sell about 7 million by the time that Pokemon comes out. So at the end of December, we were at, what were we at? We had 32, or was it end of January? We're at 32.7 or something like that. Or the end of December, we had 32.7. We're at end of December. End of December, we're at 32.7 million. And what you're telling me is by the time that Pokemon comes out, we're only going to be at 40 million. Even though Animal Crossing and all those games that I just mentioned drop. Okay. I'm ducking. I'm dodging. Okay. There you go. It's not my fault you don't know how to add. Let's see here. Let's see here. Not my fault you don't know how to add, bro. I mean, I highly doubt. But Animal Crossing isn't confirmed to be December. Animal Crossing could come out before December. And you didn't state that in your original. Now you're moving the goalpost. Now you're moving the goalposts. You really are moving the goalposts. Like, really, you are at this point. You're moving the goalposts. It's highly unlikely that the Switch only sells about 7 million units from January all the way through to when Pokemon comes out in November. It's highly unlikely. You know that's not going to happen, right? You know that's not going to happen. You know it's not going to happen, and now you're moving the goalposts. Anyway, let's move on here. I'm sorry that I ignored your question, or I ignored you, and I'm not ducking you, but what you're saying is ridiculous. It's not going to only sell 7 million units by the time that Pokemon comes out. That's ridiculous. Let's see here. But anyway, let's move on. Let's see here. Sword 13 million and Shield 11 million. All right. I understand that, but your numbers aren't adding up, VC. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you on this, dude. The Switch is at 30. Look, this is my last thing that I'll say to you. Switch is at 32.7 million as of the end of December 31st. You are claiming by November, so 11 months of sales, the Switch is only going to sell roughly 7 million units by the time Pokemon comes out. So 40 million total. Do you really think that when the Pokemon bundles start coming, people aren't going to rush out there and go pre-order those Pokemon bundles? People aren't going to rush out there and go buy all the different games this summer. You really think Super Mario Maker 2 and all these games that are coming out aren't going to boost sales more than the measly 7 million units that you're predicting that the Switch is going to have by the time that Pokemon comes out? Do you really think that? Do you want to put money on that? I will bet you right now, we can bet $50 right now that the Switch is going to sell more than 7 million units by the end, by November. 11 months and only 7 million? There's no way, dude. I'm sorry. Your math is off. Let's just admit it. Just admit it. Just admit it. Just admit. The problem, you're saying from March to October. Let me ask you a question. From March to October, what games came out from March to October last year compared to what games are coming out from March to October this year? Super Mario Maker 2, we don't know about Animal Crossing's date. Super Mario Maker 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Daemon X Machina. There's just Fire Emblem. There's just way more games this year that are coming out during the summer than then. And on top of that, Yokai Watch 4 is coming out. Inazuma 11 is going to be coming out in Japan. That's going to be a big boost. It's not even close, dude. Stop it. Stop it. It's not even close. Compare the games that are coming out, the heavy hitters that are coming out from last year compared to this year in that same time frame. You're not factoring that in. Moving on. Let's see here. Aron says 100 units easy until Pokemon S and N comes out. Okay. We will see. You're gonna be wrong. I said I'll bet you 50. We can bet 50. I'll bet 50 right now. I'll bet you 50 right now if you want. I'll bet you 50. We can do 50 or we can do 100 if you want. I'll take that bet. You think you're for some reason, you're underestimating Super Mario Maker. You're underestimating Fire Emblem. You're underestimating Marvel. You're underestimating Yokai Watch. You are severely underestimating. I don't know why you're underestimating these games, but you are for some reason. You're underestimating the power of what Super Mario Maker is going to do for this Switch. That's going to sell a lot of systems. And for some reason, you're just like brushing it off as if it's like, oh, that's not going to do nothing. I don't know why you are. I don't know why you are. All right. Calvin Eero says, players, it's great stream. This is going to be a great year for Nintendo Pokemon. Oh, Astral Chain is coming. Yo, Astral Chain is coming out too, bro. Come on now, bro. Come on. Do you think GameStop will pull some BS with those Pokemon bundles get announced? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see here. It depends if we get a Switch Mini. It's not relying on Switch Mini at all. It's relying on the software. It's relying on the software. And this year's software is much better than last year's software. So comparing last year from March to October, which didn't have anywhere near as big hitter games as freaking Super Mario Maker. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this? It's not about whether there's a Switch Mini or not. Look, can we look at the games or no? Or if you guys want to be ignorant, that's fine. Some of you guys want to be ignorant and try to discount Super Mario Maker and Fire Emblem and what those can do. Go ahead. But I mean, I'm not going. That's dumb. I don't know why people are doing that. But hey, you guys want to? Y'all will be getting being wrong. It's okay. Let's see here. Mid says Pokemon will have an attach rate of 64% of all Switch units sold. Okay. Alex Revolution with the $5 donation says, what do you think about Switch has no games? LOL. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what's happening. I mean, that's why it's going to sell such a measly amount from from January all the way through to November. It's gonna sell such a horrible amount because games like Super Mario Maker aren't system sellers. Games like Fire Emblem aren't big. Games like Marvel, it's not big enough. Astral Chain, not big enough. You know what I'm saying? All these games that were announced for summer, not big enough. All the Final Fantasy games that are coming, Mortal Kombat, all these different games that are coming. Those games, nope, those games, they're not gonna move any systems, guys. We're gonna be in trouble until Pokemon comes out. Let's see here. 7 million is insane. It's ridiculously low. It's ridiculously low. I mean, he's saying that it's going to sell he's saying that essentially it's going to sell 7 million units from January all the way till November when Pokemon comes out. The Switch is only going to sell 7 million units, which is just ridiculous. I mean, even if you looked at the sales from last year on year, Switch is up. Switch is up year on year from last year. Switch is up, not down. Switch is up. Switch is on track to sell more than it did year on year. Even if you look at the sales, I look at the sales all the time. Year on year, it's up. MPD, it's up. What was it? Media Create, it's up. Everywhere, Switch year on year is up. And there's even bigger games coming out this year in the first half of the year than last year. So I don't see how somebody's projecting that it's going to do worse or equal to what it did last year in the same time frame. How? Based on what? What are you basing this off of? I don't see where you're not basing it off of any facts. You're just basing it off of your opinion, which is not based on anything factual. Lex Graham says this release schedule this year is God tier. We didn't even talk about what hasn't been announced. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to E3 yet. We haven't even, I mean, dude, and that's the thing. Like, I know some things that some people don't know, so that's why I'm like, you know. But hey, like I said, I'm confident. That's why I said I'll bet 100. If anybody wants to take that up, let's do it. Let's do it. Anybody wants to take me up on that one, let's do it. I can guarantee you it's going to sell more than 7 million from January to November. I can guarantee you Switch is going to sell more than 7 million like you're trying to claim. And I'll take anybody up on that. Easy. Free. Let's see here. You said, you know that Scalebound is a nosebleed. I'll bet you 1,000 on that. Nah. Nope. Not betting on that. We talking about something else here. We talking about that. All right, let's move on, guys. The Switch will probably sell 7 million in June alone because of Mario Maker 2. The Switch is probably going to, in June with Mario Maker 2, Switch is probably going to drop at least like, I think that's going to be at least like a 3 million unit month worldwide, you know. It's definitely going to be big. It's going to be a big month. Super Mario Maker is going to be huge. Fire Emblem is going to be, oh my God, Fire Emblem is going to do really well, dude, especially in Japan. But Fire Emblem is going to be, it's going to surprise a lot of people how much hardware it moves once it comes out too. I wonder what they meant as other Pokemon content. Yeah, I actually, PE News for tomorrow morning. I talk about that more, so check that out. Let's see here. I'm buying the Ever version, has Heracross, Heracross plus Pinsir, or greater than Pinsir. Okay. Well, we don't know if they're going to separate. Maybe both versions have both Heracross and Pinsir. We have to wait and see. Ozette says, when the Kingdom Hearts 3 bundles went on sale, they put up the pre-orders online first. Stores couldn't even get them in their systems, so scalpers snatched them up. Okay. Let's see. Mark L. Hawthorne says Pokemon Sword and Shield will sell 13 million at the lowest. That's not even feasible for the game to sell 13 million at the. That's not even. Pokemon Let's Go sold 10 million. Pokemon Let's Go might be at 13 million right now. Like, no joke. Pokemon Let's Go might be at around 13 million right now, or it's hovering around that because it sold 10 million by the end of December, and we're already at the end of February. And it's been in the top sellers and on Amazon. It's been in top sellers in Media Create. So it might already be around 13 million. So yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to sell. It's going to blow out that 13 million. Free. Let's see here. JTV. Scalebound is not confirmed. Don't be upset. If Scalebound never comes, I'm gonna laugh in your face if Scalebound never comes, dude. JTV with the dollar donation, it says put your dollar in your pocket. Please play Pokemon Sun and Moon, Guardian Deities battle music. Absolutely. Thank you so much, JTV. Appreciate that. Really do appreciate it. I think somebody told me to chill in the chat. You need to chill. This is my live stream. I'm gonna run it as I see fit. I'm gonna be upbeat. I'm going to talk in a certain way that's going to make things exciting. How about you chill and run your own podcast? How about that, my man? Don't ever come in here and tell me to chill about something when I'm just simply talking in a way that's going to excite and make things fun. It's not like I'm angry, really. It's a freaking video game. So chill out, homie. Whoever told me, I forgot who it was, but whoever said that, chill. How about you chill and run your own podcast? where you can go in there and talk like,
Okay, guys, today we're gonna talk about Pokemon. This is just a nice, relaxed podcast. We're gonna talk about Pokemon. I don't want to.
nah, we ain't running like that here, bruh. This is my podcast, homie. Don't like it? Leave. All right, let's go. Play Pokemon. Pokemon Sun and Moon. Guardian Deities. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Shout out to the Pokemon music. The what whole side came out? You know what side came out? The timeout side. What are you talking about? That? What did I say that out where I was being like that? But I time you out. The Enterprise Barber, whoever you are, weirdo, get out of my chat, homie. Somebody tells me to chill. I say, yo, run your own podcast. It's not about that. I mean, why are you gonna come into somebody's podcast and not know how I run my podcast? Dollars in your pockets merch, yo. Let's see here. I joined late. How much do you think Pokemon will sell? 1 million copies. Lifetime to date. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna roll with at least. I'm rolling with at least 20 million minimum. 20 million minimum. Free. 20 mil free. What y'all rolling with? Let's see. Yes, I met a dude in Dollar General today with a Pogo bracket. Or Pokemon Go bracket, and he's never played a Pokemon game. He just bought a 3DS to start Pokemon Sun. He was like 45 years old too. Yo. 15 to 22. Sword and Shield will clearly have longer legs. 15's too low though. Let's see. OJ, I think Pokemon will sell 20 million. I'm talking about 20 million in the first month and a half though. I'm not talking about 20 million lifetime. I'm talking about 20 million like in the first month and a half. Free. Let's see. You play. Marcos plays. I don't think why Pokemon or why. Wait, hold up. I don't understand why people think Sword and Shield look like an upscaled 3DS game. Honestly, don't see it. I don't know what they're talking about either. I think it's just because it's not like a freaking crazy looking graphics for some reason. I don't know why people are saying that, but definitely looks way better than an upscaled 3DS game. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate looks like a, or yeah, Generations looks like an upscaled 3DS game. Rune Factory 4 looks like an upscaled 3DS game. Pokemon Sword and Shield look way better than Snack World Chajars on the Switch or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate or actual upscaled 3DS games. So I don't know why people are saying that. Let's see here. Score Bunnies, Sobble or Grookey. All right, so we move on to this one here, guys. All right, what team are you on? Score Bunny, Sobble, or Grookey? Your boy is I'm hashtag team. I'm hashtag Team Score Bunny, man. Hashtag Team Score Bunny. So yeah, it would have to sell half as well as last year to only sell 7 million consoles. Not gonna happen. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. We already know this. I don't have any more iced tea. I just realized this is my last one. It's unfortunate. Team Flame Chungus. I always go with the water type. Team Sobble. Sobble gang. Gotta represent. Sobble, okay. We'll sell Insane and Lifetime, that's for sure. Yeah, Lifetime's gonna do really well. Let's see. Pokemon Sword and Shield supposedly on the same engine as Gen 7. Same engine as Gen 7. Supposedly based off of what? There's no same engine? No, you can't run a 3DS engine on the Switch. That's impossible. For they say it's on the same engine, that's impossible. It doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense. Looking at Gen 7, that's a 3DS. There's no way that it's the same exact. There's no way. Anybody who says that doesn't know how engines work. Doesn't know how engines work. Doesn't know how HD games work compared to a 3DS. So yeah, that's not. I think you're either joking or that's whoever said that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's not true. Let's see here. It was confirmed the new Pokemon games runs on Yeebis, right? I'm not sure if it was confirmed about that, but if it runs on Yeebis, pretty much I can tell you right now, then yeah, obviously it's not. No, I think Pokemon Let's Go. I think Pokemon Let's Go runs on Yeebis. Let's Go. I don't know about this new Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, but Pokemon Yeebis runs on, or sorry, Pokemon Yeebis. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee runs on Yeebis. Let's see, Unreal Engine 4 on 3DS confirmed. Yeah. Yeah, it does make sense. Let's see. How else does Monster Hunter from the 3DS get on the Switch? Rune Factory 4, exactly. I don't know what you're talking about, VC. I don't know if you've been drinking too much tonight or you're just trying to cause arguments, but what you're saying is ridiculously stupid. I don't think you've said anything intelligent tonight at all. I don't know if you've made any good points tonight. What you just said, you've made literally no good points. They freaking ported over the engines that those 3DS games run on over to the Nintendo Switch. It looks exactly the same as the 3DS games, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and the games that were ported over. This new Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, has completely different camera angles, completely different aspects than they were on the Nintendo 3DS. It doesn't have the overhead view of when you go into a town. It actually pans into a 3D view from behind the back and has different views that you did not see in the 3DS games. Why are you comparing that to games that are literally the same engine and the same game ported over to Nintendo 3DS? Like, how is this even... What are you drinking tonight? You must be drinking too much of that tequila from work. You have to be drinking that tequila from coming home from work. Why are you so loopy today? Like, what is going on, dude? Aron donated $1.99 and said, can you play Heart Gold Soul Silver Champions theme? Like, I don't get what this guy's talking about. I don't get it. I don't get what this guy's talking about. The Pokemon 3DS games don't run on Yeebis. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee runs off of Yeebis, which doesn't run on the 3DS game. So what you're trying to tell me is that it runs off the engine from the 3DS game, yet Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which this Pokemon game looks better than, somehow runs off of an engine from the 3DS, and they wouldn't just use Yeebis, which is right there for them that already supports HD visuals and everything like that. That doesn't even make sense. You're not making any sense. You're making zero sense. Shout outs to Aron for the $1.99 donation. It says, can you play the Champions theme? I'm gonna go ahead and play that Champions theme for you, dude. I'm sorry. You're making zeros. You make no sense and you don't know what you're talking about at all. Let's see here. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Let's see here. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Champions thing. He's obviously drinking. VC's definitely drinking something tonight, or he's just trying to be fun, or he's just joking. There's no way that he's serious with some of these comments. There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way he's serious with some of these comments. I'm pretty sure he's just joking tonight. Let's see here. Champion. Okay, here we go. So the textures from the Pokemon, from the background of Pokemon Soul actually do remind me of the background textures from Monster Hunter 4 reveal trailer. Obviously, Pokemon looks better, but there's similarity. No, there's not any similarity. There's not any similarities, and just because if you think it looks similar doesn't mean it's running off the same engine. That's first of all, it's not similar. If you go and compare the backgrounds from Monster Hunter Generations 4 Ultimate and you compare them to Pokemon, it's obviously not similar. Pokemon obviously looks a lot better, but it doesn't look similar at all. It just doesn't look up to whatever expectations that you were thinking or whatever you felt. But no, it doesn't look like it. It's obviously much better on Pokemon. But hey, whatever. If you think that, go ahead. I'm done with these people that are out here saying these wild things tonight. Let's see here. In his defense, Sword and Shield was in development before Let's Go. It doesn't matter if they're in development before Let's Go. In his defense, he has no proof of what he's saying. I deal with facts, guys. I don't deal with your own personal opinion on things. I deal with facts. If somebody's going to sit here and say that, oh, this is a 3DS engine game, I want to actually see proof of that. Because it's not. I want to actually see proof because I know how engines work. I've talked to developers, and there's no way that you can say that this is using the 3DS engine and they somehow can render things in the way that was rendered in the trailer. There's no way. It would look exactly like the 3DS game if it was porting over the same engine. It would not be the same exact thing. That's not how developers make games. That's not what they've been doing for the past 3 years or whatever the case is. Let's see here. Let's see here. The final product will look much better. One thing I like about Nintendo is that they always show the actual gameplay footage. Yeah, the final product is going to look better, which they said that it's not final in there. So yeah, of course it's going to look better in the final product. That's a given. That's a given. Fire Blast says, OJ, the game looks incredible. I can't wait for the late 2019. I hope they see partner Pokemon in the new game. Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's see here. Estimate of Switch base by year's end, 45 to 50 million. That's about accurate. Yeah, I think it'd be about that, TPNS. The models are actually the same. They're not the same, though. That's the thing. They're not. They're not the same. That's the problem. That's the problem. They're not the same as Pokemon Sun and Moon. They're not. That's the only problem is that they're not the same. The art style's the same, but the models aren't the same. That's factual. If you use your eyes, you can literally see that the models aren't the same just by looking at Pokemon Sun and Moon and looking at this game. They're not. You're wrong. And like I said, I'll bet you any amount on this, but you won't bet because you're not, because you're trolling. You won't bet because you know you're wrong. Let's see here. Let's talk about how is more narrow compared to all the regions. Let's discuss Pokemon. When was the last? Let's discuss how many Pokemon games you've actually played, VC. How many Pokemon games have you played and beat? Let's discuss that. Dick Meme Center says, "Player, since a Pokemon Sword is one of the one I'm getting, we don't know the faction we fight. Are people claiming you played all of them? Really? Are you sure about that? Or are you lying?" Pokemon Sword is one of them. This is what I'm getting. We don't know the faction we fight. Why are people claiming that this game runs on 3DS Engine? Because people are stupid. Fake Pokefans, frauds. Hopefully, Piranha Plant is in this game. I know the Switch. Remember, guys. Remember, these are the same people that would say that. Oh, Smash Brothers for Switch is a Wii U port, right? It's a Wii U port. These are the same people that say stupid things that they don't know what they're talking about. Female chair is British. Uraka changed my mind. I'm not gonna change your mind. I'm not going to change your mind. We will receive another Pokemon before Final Fantasy VII Remake is released, probably. Let's see here. It doesn't look like Gen 7. I don't know why people keep saying you guys don't understand how games. You guys don't understand how games development works. You guys don't understand. It doesn't look like Gen 7 engine. Gen 7 runs on the freaking 3DS. The environments and the detail and the camera and how everything works is not possible on Gen 7's engine. Gen 7's engine is a 3DS game running in 360p. There is no way it's running in Gen 7. You guys don't understand how engines work. None of you, people who are saying that, none of you guys do. None of you guys do. The models aren't the same because there was no Scorbunny, Grookey, and Sobble in any of the past games. Yeah. Let's see. Spawnwave, Arlo, Shofu, Game Explain, Beat 'em Ups, and many others said that. Stop putting words in all those people's mouth. No, they didn't. Christopher says, everyone calm down and wait for the Digital Foundry analysis. I know, seriously. Omega Chase, seriously, dude, don't put words inside their mouth, VC. They didn't all say what you're saying right now. Don't put words in your mouth. Don't put words in their mouth, bro. They didn't all say it that way. The way that you're trying to make it out to be. They didn't say that. I watched all their videos. And they didn't say it the way that you're trying to say. They just said, oh, they think that the graphics could be better. That's all they said. Or, oh, it doesn't look like they did enough or whatever. They're on that camp, but they're not on the, oh, it looks just like, the models look exactly the same as Gen 7. No, they don't. They didn't all say that. Let's see here. OJ needs to drop an educational video for everyone tomorrow morning. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste my time with these people whining and complaining about stuff, dude. Like, why am I going to waste my time? That's what people do. People whine and complain about. Remember last year, everyone whined and complained about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, how it's not this game that we're getting. Now we're getting this game, and now people are whining and complaining about something else. People just whine and complain about everything. So I'm not gonna drop that educational video. I am gonna talk about stuff on my own stream. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about stuff, and when people bring up false points, I'll bring that up. But I'm not going to sit there and dispute everybody's points. If they want to think that, let them think that. People say and think all sorts of stuff that's not true all the time. So yeah, there you go. But I'm not going to waste my time doing that. Not going to waste my time. But I'll say that the art style is similar because it's a Pokemon game. But the Pokemon company told us, they said, hey, this next game, we're going to make it, it's going to be like Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon X and Y. That's what they said. It's going to be like that. So I expected a game to be similar in art style, similar type of game, but with HD graphics. That's what they gave us. So we can talk about Gen 8. Let's talk about Gen 8. I think people confuse aesthetic art style with graphics / engine. Maybe the Pokemon models are the same as the 3DS models, but that's it. But they're not. I don't see it, but they're not though. That's the thing. I don't see how you can sit here and tell me that a game that isn't modeled like it, but they're not the same. but they're not. I mean, if they were, then I would say yeah, they're the same, but they're not the same as the 3DS games. That's the only thing that they're not. They have gone with the anime style in Gen 6, so I don't know why people are mad. It looks great. Yeah. The art style is similar, but the models aren't the same because people don't know development. They think the models, but they're not. Jonathan Drew says also the game is months away from release, still improved. Yeah, that's true. Just like Smash models are the same for Smash Brawl. Yeah, exactly. All the Smash models are exactly the same. They're all exactly the same, guys. Aiden says people say they hope for more of a team of 50-ish devs. They have never worked on an HD console, huh? Well, I don't have a problem with people saying that they should expect, like, people were expecting more from the graphics. I don't have a problem with that. The problem that I have is when people start saying stuff that's not true. So if you felt that the graphics should be better, that's fine. That's your opinion. But when you start saying, oh, well, this is based off of the 3DS, it looks exactly like the 3DS game. It's the same models. You're not part of the development team. That's not true. You know, like when you start saying stuff like that's when I'm like, no, that's not true. I don't have a problem. If you don't think the graphics are good, that's fine. Whatever. A lot of people complain and whine and cry about graphics all the time. That's fine. That's your opinion. But saying stuff that's not true, that's when I'm gonna say no. That's false. That's it. Not that your opinion. Everybody's opinion is valid when it comes to your opinion on how it looks. Stop. What I'm talking about is like when people start saying stuff that's not true. That's when I'm like I jump in. Shout outs to David Drayton with a $20 Toby Buster. Let's go. David Drayton says, quote, if you're over the age of 12, or if you're over the age of 12 years. Hold up. If you're over the age of 12 years of age and you're emotional about Pokemon, just stop it. Buy it or don't buy it. Hashtag I'm grown to. Hold up. I'm grown, too grown for this fun. Yo, let's go. Shout outs to Double D. You tripped me up with your. You actually didn't. All of that stuff that you typed was actually correct and accurate. I was just tripped up with what you were trying to say. So shout out to my man. Thank you, Double D, coming through with that grown man knowledge. Exactly. Like if you get over emotional about Pokemon, there's some issues. If you get over emotional about something, there's some issues. There's some issues. Oh my gosh. I don't care what, if people, I mean, if people think, oh, well, the map isn't big enough, or this, I don't care. If you think that's fine, that's your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. But when people start saying stuff that's not true, that's when I jump in, you know. Let's see here. I don't think they did this, but models can be imported from different engines. It can be, but the models in Pokemon Sun and Moon, you know, aren't the same. They're not the exact same. That's the only issue. If they're exact same, then I wouldn't have seen all the extra detail and extra things added in to the models in this game. They're not the exact same. It's just the art style is the same, you know? The art style is the same, but they're not the exact same. The art style is the same, though. Let's see here. And that's fine. VC, I don't have a problem. VC, once again, I don't have a problem with you saying, you know, that you expected more. That's fine. The problem that I have, once again, is when you start saying, oh, well, it's the 3DS engine of the game. No, it's not. You have no proof. Nobody said that. There's nothing on that. When you start saying, oh, well, they're running off of this from, when you start making up things to try to support your opinion, that's when I start saying, like, okay, just say, hey, I don't think the game graphics could have been better based on the Switch's power. That's all you got to say. You don't got to start making up fictitious stuff to try to support your opinion because you don't like how the game looks. You know, that's all I'm trying to say, bro. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. Your opinion's valid on what you think, whether the game looks good or not. If you don't think it or it should look better, that's 100% valid, and I have no problem. I support you on that. What I don't support is you making up lies to support your opinion. That's what I do. That's what I don't support. What I'll argue is that. Let's see here. I don't like when people confuse visuals with graphics. Well, the thing about it, it's a common thing to do, especially like art style. People will say, oh, well, this game's graphics look horrible. Well, maybe you just don't like the art style. I mean, or some people say, oh, the graphics look amazing, but the art style is kind of trash. So they say the game doesn't look good. So maybe the game's technically profound, but the art style is bad. So, oh, this game looks horrible. It's like people interchange the two because some people just see it. You know, they're not. Most people aren't developers, so they just go off of what they see. You know. Let's see here. You said model graphics are imported all the time. You wouldn't be surprised if that's what they did here with all the work they did on Sun and Moon. Well, the problem is that we don't have any. It's imported. Imported from what? Tell me. Break down the particular reasons how or what they did to import from 3DS. Tell me the engine. If you want to sit and say that they import all the time, okay, that's fine. What engine does the 3DS games run on? What engine is this game running on? How do they import the models from there? And what does they add? Are they exactly the same? Because I'm looking at the models from the 3DS game. I'm looking at the models from this one, and the character models look a lot better. So please explain to me how that's done then. Since people out here, we got developers out here, explain to me how it's done. Tell me the engines that they use, how it's done. Let's do it. Let's have a conversation on it. The art style is just the same. That's it. Do you have one Mega Evolution you really want? The 3DS wishes it could handle these graphics. Sun and Moon didn't even use 3D. They pushed the system to its limits. The models are stored in the OBJ wavefront file type, and they could have easily imported. But people are saying that it's the exact same. That's the thing. You're saying that's the exact same. So you're saying that you're just importing the model. Well, explain to me how they're doing that exactly. Explain to me how they did. You're saying that they could have easily done it, but how? How did they do it? How? Explain to me. Upscaled. I don't think it looks like an upscale. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. I think people are confusing art style with the graphics of it, because I'm looking at it and I'm saying, yo, this looks way better than the 3DS. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. The in-game models. Not people messing with it. Let's see. Okay, Catalyst's models can be the exact same, but they don't look the same because of shaders, resolution, illumination, etc. Okay, but where is there the... Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this, guys. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm talking about the Pokemon models. If you guys want, you guys can think whatever. You guys can think whatever you want. I'm sorry. You guys are all developers. You guys know exactly what they did. You guys know the engines that these games run on, but nobody can name the engine. You guys know the engines that this game runs on, but nobody can name the engine that it runs on. That's fine. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's fine. It's all good, dude. And I forget YouTube videos make games look low resolution. That's fine. You guys obviously know how to develop games and know exactly what you're talking about on this. So okay. You said the players to show us your proof. I'm not the one out here trying to make claims of all these different things that they're making claims on. They're trying to sit there and say, VC literally said, oh, this is just the 3DS game. This is just the 3DS engine brought over to the Nintendo Switch. So that's what VC said. Even though Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee uses the Yeebis engine, the Yeebis 3. So people are out here saying certain things, and I'm saying, well, where is the proof for these things? And I'm sitting there, I'm simply questioning people trying to sit here and say that this stuff is fact. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say is like, okay, well, people are sitting here saying that this is fact. Oh, well, they did this. I said, well, where's it at? Where's the proof of that? Oh, well, it looks that way. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pokemon fans are weird. They'll sit there and say this is fact. And then when I ask them, well, where's the proof or evidence of that? They'll sit there, well, where's your evidence of it? I'm like, bro, you're the one who's trying to make a claim like if it's fact. Oh my gosh. Let's see. It's probably using a new engine. The rendering they are doing wouldn't be possible on the 3DS game engine. Oh, the rendering that they're doing wouldn't be possible on the 3DS game engine. Okay. So what did I say earlier with the camera angles and the rendering and what they're doing in this game compared to what they did with the 3DS games? I said it's probably not possible, and people said, no, they could. So, I mean, I guess, you know what? I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Nindy Gamer is a developer, by the way, guys. So, Nindy Gamer is a developer. I know he's a developer. He makes games. He knows how to make games. So, I mean, but okay, hey, you know, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see here. They can use the same models, but don't often. People don't know how engines work. They constantly upgraded. COD engine is highly customized version of the Quake 3 engine tech-wise. Let's see. What I'll say is the games will look. Let's see here. he said, honestly, this is the worst stream ever, not because of PE, but because of the people bitching and getting aroused over people's effing graphics. Jesus, people can't be pleased. Yeah, I mean, but what did I tell you guys beforehand? I said no matter what. I said last year, you can go back to my streams. I said no, people were complaining about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and the gameplay style, right? I said, bro, they can even improve the graphics from there. They can make the game exactly how people would want it, like Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon X and Y, and I guarantee you people will complain. And no offense, and like I said, I'm not going to say anything, but the same people who are complaining about the style of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, how it's not up to, you know, not up to what they want and like the type of gameplay, are complaining about this game. Now, people will find anything to complain about. So last year it was, oh, well, it doesn't play like the normal Pokemon games. This year, oh, well, it's not the graphics that I want. So people will find anything to complain about, no matter what. No matter what, people will find anything to complain about. Let's see here. Let's see. So I'm not defensive. We are having a discussion. It's not about being defensive. And Cole Morris, are you not listening to what I just said? Okay, let me just move things down a little bit for blank avatars, because obviously blank avatar people, they don't think normally like everybody else. Bro, this is a full discussion on you guys' thoughts. I said, yo, you guys' opinions are fine. I'm talking about my opinion. I said, don't get offended if I disagree with something. It's not about being defensive. I don't care. It's a freaking video game. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be like, oh, I disagree with this person. I'm angry. Nobody is being defensive. I am putting on an entertaining stream and actually acting like I'm passionate. If you want me to, I can read you guys' comments like this. Oh, well, he doesn't think the graphics are good. Okay, I agree with you. That's fine. It's your opinion. Oh, looks like they imported the models. Okay, maybe they did that. Oh, people are complaining about graphics. Okay, that's fine. Do you want me to read it off like that? Nobody's being defensive. We're simply having a conversation and talking about it in an elevated tone so it can at least seem like I'm freaking interested in what you guys are talking about. I hate when people come into the streams and complain about like, so you're being defensive. No, it's video games. We're having a normal discussion. God, get the hell out of my stream if you're gonna sit here and cry about me talking to my users. Who's streaming right now? Who's talking to their users about Pokemon Sun and Moon all day? Anybody else you guys know that's talking and actually answering all of you guys' things and talking about your criticisms and saying, oh yeah, I agree, I disagree? Who's doing that right now? Or are they putting out video after video after video telling you to comment in the comment section and then not reading any of those comments and making money off of that ad revenue because they know that that's an easier way to do that? Who's actually listening to everything that you guys are saying right now and talking one by one? Bro, stop it. Shout outs to Aron with the $1.99 donation. Also, shout outs to Geronimo with the $8 donation as well. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donations, guys. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Disclaimer. I'm just saying, I just find it like people get so tilted when somebody actually talks like they care about the topic because they're so used to content creators sitting back, taking abuse from users, sitting there agreeing with everything, you know what I'm saying, or not streaming at all, putting out videos, leaving it there, letting them rack up ad revenue and not giving a damn about what you guys think at the end of the day. Or you have to make a comment, make a super chat, or make a donation in order to get your comment even read out on 99% of big streamers' streams. You know what I'm saying? And it's people sitting here coming at me simply because I'm talking to my users in a way to where at least I make it believe to think that I care about the topic and I care about their points. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. But why y'all fine with the same old? That's much of a shill just because it's Pokemon. It makes no sense. No, but dude, Boss Chop, last year people were complaining that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is not the same as these games. So now you're saying that some people that are happy with what they're doing now you're saying, oh, now we're a shill. So last year when they changed it up, people were upset because they changed it up. But then now they make a game that's similar, that they already say that it's going to be similar to the previous Pokemon games. And now they're shills for liking a certain type of game. How does that make sense to you? How does that make sense at all? Let's see here. I wouldn't listen to the chill OJ. I wouldn't listen to the chill OJ. Shout out to I mean, if you guys want, if you guys want, I can sit there and not give a damn about you guys' opinions, or at least act like it. I can just sit there and read off you guys' opinions just like normally. That's fine. That's actually really easy to do. It takes more energy for me to actually talk about things in a way to where it feels like it's going to be entertaining to you guys than talk about it in a way like a lot of streamers do. Literally read off your comment, or just your comment just flashes up and they just say, huh, yeah, they just move on to the next thing. So, I mean, I can do that if you guys want. Let's see here. The backgrounds of New Pokemon really amazed me. I felt like it reminded me of a lot of Breath of... not quite like Breath of the Wild. But I see what you're trying to say. Player says, clap, clap. I'm hoping for a difficulty setting finally being re-implemented into Pokemon. All right. Referring to Let's Go. Hi. Okay. Kevin says, I used to talk loudly and passionate about what I love, and I'm not even a YouTuber. These sensitive kids are funny. Italian blood, you know. I don't see what the problem is. Like, why is there a problem when it's like sometimes I'm being punished by some people. They think it's like, oh, this guy's out here. He's talking in this way to his users, answering stuff every single time, and then I'm like, oh, it's negative, you're being no, it's just, have you not come to this? It's a stream. I'm trying to make it entertaining. I'm trying. I can be mellow tone and be all normal if you want me to. Rigo Romero says, I thought it was a good teaser trailer, and just that, a teaser trailer. We have to wait the whole year to know more about the game. I love the Detective Pikachu trailer. Okay, let's see here. Should we analyze the grassy hills with the markings? Didn't Game Explain already do that? I thought Game Explain already did that. Shout outs to Rigo Romero, though. Thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate that, my man. Also, thank you to everybody who you guys just did like during my whole rant, you guys just did like a bunch of super chats during that whole rant. So thank you. Thank you for all that, guys. Also, shout outs to Lando Legend with the subscription. Thank you so much, Lando Legend. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village of Player Essence. Everybody in the chat, please welcome Lando Legend to the stream. Welcome, Lando Legend. And let me repeat this for the people who just jumped in, or the people who don't understand, or the people who just listen. All of you guys' opinions on what you think about the game are valid. 100%. That's why I'm reading off the opinions that don't agree with me, and I'm reading off the opinions that do agree. All of you guys' opinions are valid. None of you guys are wrong when it comes, if you feel that it could have looked better, if you feel that it could have done whatever. The things that I'm disagreeing with personally are when people say that this game is using this, and there's like no proof of that. Or this dude said, like Boss Shop said something like, oh, well, y'all shills for wanting the same thing. But last year, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out, and it was different, and people complained. You know what I'm saying? People complained about that. So no matter what, it's like you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't. If you change things up, people complain. If you make things the same, people are shills for wanting the same thing. So I'll disagree with certain things, but there's nothing wrong with that. That's his opinion. That's fine. That's his opinion. I don't have to sit here and agree with his opinion. Let's see here. It's okay, OJ, but when people bring different point of yours, maybe instead of making them bring proof, just say a quick look on the web. We can even send links. How are we supposed to bring proof? Well, the problem, here's the thing. When I ask people for proof on things, I already know that they can't bring proof. That's the thing. When somebody says, oh, well, it's just the 3DS engine, bro, I already know that they can't bring proof. So the only time that I ask for proof is when I know that they can't bring proof. Because it pretty much, it shuts down their point. You know what I'm saying about things. So I'll only ask for proof on things when I know that it's just something that somebody made up. When somebody says, oh, well, they just ported over the 3DS engine. There's nothing on the internet that says that. There's no proof of that at all. Like, there's zero proof of that. Trust me, I would have already known because I researched. I do this for a living. So I research things, and there's no proof of it just being the 3DS engine ported over. There's literally none of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's based on that, my man. Let's see here. No, there's shills for taking a game that hasn't shown that much change from the older games. Let's Go didn't offer enough, but it offered some smaller changes that were needed. So let me ask you a question. Boss Shop, do you know all of the things in terms of improvements and additions that are going to be in this game before you say that people are shills for liking what they like, which is a traditional battle system and kind of what they wanted to be in the game? So what are all the new additions and stuff that they've added in? Have they detailed all of that yet? And let me ask you a question. Just because Let's Go change things, is that going to make it a better game overall than this new game? Is Let's Go going to be a better game because it actually borrowed from Pokemon Go? So Let's Go didn't even do anything brand new. Literally, it did what Pokemon Go did because it's essentially a Pokemon Go for the console. So Pokemon Go and Pokemon Let's Go, are those games better, or are those better for the fan base because those did things differently than this new game here? Is that what so the people who play Pokemon Go are excited about that? They're not shills, but the people who want to play a traditional Pokemon experience on their HD system are shills because they're happy that they're getting that. So is that what you're trying to tell me? Shout outs to Brian Jedi with the Brian Jedi 82 with the $9. This is it's still first attempt at a mainline HD console. That's true. That's true. Let's see here. Payback purposes. They'll complain, then they'll all buy it. Yeah, this game's gonna sell like crazy. You can still be entertaining without being so aggressive to people. I'm not being aggressive to people though. I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not really being aggressive. Some people are just really sensitive and don't understand how I stream and how I talk to people. It's about showing passion in what you're talking about, but nobody's being aggressive. Being aggressive is sitting there. I joke around with VC, okay? I joke around with VC, so you guys have to separate VC from what I say to him and what I say to everybody else. Nobody's being so aggressive. I'm here answering you guys' questions and saying things, but I understand. I get it. There's other like intrinsic things from each people that say, oh, well, they see a brother on screen being aggressive and they automatically, or thinking like elevating his voice and, oh, you're being aggressive towards me. That's what I've noticed. Whereas other streamers can literally act just like me and everything's just fine, you know, but I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, regardless of that, it's not being aggressive towards anybody. It's simply talking with the users. Nobody's being aggressive, you know, nobody's being aggressive towards anybody, or your definition of aggressive is very sensitive and weak. You know what I'm saying? Very sensitive and weak. But yeah, like I said, I've seen other streamers do exactly what I'm doing, actually worse than me, and not a single person says that you're being aggressive towards me. But hey, like I said, I know what comes with the territory of being, you know, what I do. So it's all good. Let's see here. Aiden Quinn says, want to know why I don't think this is the same engine? Because they didn't use it for the Let's Go games. They used the console engine, Yeevis. Big doubt they used it for the new main game. Yeah, that's a given. That's a given. Let's see here. No offense, my lord, these people stop ruining a good time for everybody. Like I said, man, I know, dude, when Pokemon gets brought up, this is the type of stuff that people, like, this is the type of conversation that gets happening. People get really sensitive when Pokemon comes up. Let's see here. It's like people can't tell when I'm serious and when I'm trolling, or when I'm doing both. Exactly. Like VC, me and VC are the homies. Like people get so butthurt and upset. Like if I say something to VC, he knows I'm just joking. VC will come and teabag me and it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a big deal. Like teabag when it comes to Smash, but like it's not a big deal. We're cool. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Marcus, to be fair, this game and Town are the first time Game Freak has developed an RPG on an HD console. The scale, in my opinion, this is pretty good first attempt. Well, I mean, you can say the same thing about Breath of the Wild, though, too, right? Like, oh, no. Well, kind of. No, because I have, like, the HD ports, you know, so I don't know if those count or not. So, yeah, I guess those count, right? But, yeah, either way. Town looks like a level 5 game. It does look like a level 5 game. Pokemon is important to a lot of us and a piece of our childhood. We want to see it grow with us. And that's fine, Boss Chop. That's fine. From the short things I've seen with these games, it looks very similar in aspects, and I expected some big change. I know, but you're saying that they're not basically you said that, oh well, they're shills for expecting the same thing, but we don't know all the features and what they've put into the game from the gameplay wise. You know what I'm saying? So while that's your opinion and your opinion's valid, we still don't know everything about the game. So I think it's just a little bit early on your end to already sit there and say that, oh, well, they haven't changed enough. There's not anything that they've changed. We have to wait and see how the game, like everything with the game, you're jumping the gun just a little bit jumping the gun. Wait until they unveil more of the gameplay, what you can do in the games, how it works, and how all of that, and then you can make your decision based on what you see from there. I mean, if you look at the games from even how you go into a town, it used to be pasted over the head. Now they actually have it behind where the towns are actually way bigger than your own character model. It looks very different from what they did before, from the camera angles and some of the stuff. So I think they've changed just enough for you to at least try to just give it a little bit more time, benefit of the doubt. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know. When people are whining about things like male player's backpack, as Aaron Rodgers once said, relax. Leo says, oh, watch the Monster Hunter 4 consumption. I've already seen it, and you can see that some of the visual comparisons background to Pokemon. Yeah, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. I've made a video on it. I've looked over the screenshots. I've looked over the trailer 5 million times, and I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Especially when it comes to the water and stuff like that. The Pokemon game looks better. But hey, if you think that's your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. Let's see here. I wonder what this game's gimmick will be. Gen 6 was Mega Evolutions. Gen 7 was Z moves. Okay. Let's see here. I just hope we can rent bikes for the 9 million Pokecoins. Okay. Let's see. I think people are. I think too many people are getting heated and making quick judgments. People need to cool off. Yeah, quick judgments are there. I mean, people are saying like to already say, oh well, it hasn't evolved enough, just from literally like from the first trailer that's not finished yet. I think that's a little. To me, like I said, I'm looking at Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I'm looking at this game, and I'm like, yeah, this game looks a lot better, especially like when you go into a town. You know, or I mean, I even saw some people saying, "Oh, well, they didn't evolve from Pokemon. Let's go Pikachu and Eevee." That uses a damn near isometric view for towns. You know what I'm saying? Where it's kind of like it's not even like behind the back. And some people said, "Oh, well, it looks the same as that game." And I'm like, "Well, how? Like, it uses literally like that flat isometric view almost like you saw in like Pokemon, like the original Pokemon games. This one has like full 3D camera like behind the back with super tall buildings, and oh, well, it looks like that game." And I'm like, bro, like people out here are really wilding, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. This is the bit basically showed us already. I've seen enough that it's turn-based and the art style is unchanged. Okay, the region looks basic. Okay, the region looks basic. All right, well, that's your opinion. That's fine. I'm just going to have to sit there and disagree. But I don't know what you were expecting in terms of, like, the gameplay. Were you expecting, like, turn-based? Or were you expecting, like, action RPG? The Pokemon Company already told us that the games are going to be like Pokemon Sun and Moon and X and Y. So, I mean, if you were expecting something different from Sun and Moon and X and Y, then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's your fault. But they literally told us back. They said, oh, yeah, the next game that we make, the Pokemon 2019 game, is going to be like Sun and Moon and X and Y. It's going to have similar gameplay as those. So they already told us that, I think 2 years ago, like whenever they announced Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they told us the gameplay was going to be similar to Sun and Moon and X and Y. They told us that all the way back then, so I don't know why you're expecting anything differently. Marco Hoffman says the game is detailed, vibrant, colorful, and not chibi. That's all I wanted from the visuals. Okay, there you go. Let's see, I didn't get what I wanted, so it's bad. Jed Gaiman says, I think it's the same people that were damage controlling Let's Go complaining that the random encounters returning. Bro, I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. I don't even know. The reasons like they have way more variety than Sun and Moon. Nope, it all looks the same. Let's see here. No, J-Dollars plays. I want there to have an option to give my character dreads on this new Pokemon game because Sun and Moon hairstyles was trash for our brother. Okay, maybe. Maybe. Proto Propsky says, I mean, look at the map. It's insanely varied. Okay. Grubby Canine says, I don't get why some people complaining it's Breath of the Wild. I don't get it. Yeah, well, I didn't expect Breath of the Wild because they said it's going to be very similar to Pokemon Sun and Moon, so or you know X and Y or those games. They said it's going to be like that. So I expected an evolution of that game. I didn't expect Breath of the Wild. So I mean, but I think people miss news. Not everybody hears everything that the Pokemon Company says, or they just missed it. But the Pokemon Company did let us know that it's going to be an evolution of what we've gotten on the 3DS when it comes to the gameplay style and all that. So they told us that it's going to be the classic turn-based. They told us it's going to be like that. So that's what I expected. That's what I expected. Let's see here. Let's keep it going. People need to listen to developers speak when they're telling you things for a reason, so you ain't here expecting something different, but people never listen. Well, I mean, I think there's also a difference, too, between people saying that they expect something and people wanting something, and I think that's the biggest thing here. You can want something and be upset about something compared to expecting something, and I think that's some kind of what's going on here. People want this certain type of thing. Like, they want some huge Breath of the Wild type of game because Breath of the Wild is so good, but what they don't realize is that Pokemon gameplay would have to be adapted in order to make the Breath of the Wild style of game work. What makes Breath of the Wild so good is not because it's open world, it's because of the interaction with the open world. It's because the gameplay is based around the open world. Pokemon gameplay is based around battling with trainers, like battling like one-on-one or battling two-on-two or whatever the case is. It's not based around climbing up the ledges and cooking and hunting and doing all these different things that Breath of the Wild, literally the game was based around. The main focus of Pokemon game is trainer battles. You're going to be sitting there, you're going to be EV training, you're going to be evolving, you're going to be enjoying the story, whatever the case is. Breath of the Wild is a completely different style of game. You know what I'm saying? Completely different style of game than Pokemon. So when people try to just sit there and say, oh, well, it should be like Breath of the Wild. Well, you have to implement the elements of what made Breath of the Wild so good. In Breath of the Wild, if you couldn't climb up, if there wasn't the elements, if there wasn't like the cooking, if there wasn't all the things that made it Breath of the Wild, it wouldn't be as good of a game, which is the same reason why I talked about earlier, why like open world games don't move me like they used to move me. Just because a game is open world doesn't make it a better game to me or doesn't make it ideal if an RPG is open world compared to not open world, because Sometimes it's like Final Fantasy 15. There's a big old open world, and what do? You just run around from point to point, or you fly around in your car from point to point. There's no real interaction with the open world. It's just open world, just be open world, because open world is cool, right? That's what people think is better. Oh, if it's open world, it's a better game. Same thing with The Witcher. The Witcher is just the open world. Same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just the open world. Like, yeah, you run around from point to point talking to people, but what do you do in that open world that actually affects it? Can you swoop down from the sky like Breath of the Wild and freaking use the environment, you know, hide in the brushes and use the environment to take down or kill enemies? No, not really. You know, you can't do that in Horizon. It just has an open world just because. Can you even cut grass in those games? Nah. Breath of the Wild, you can cut grass, you can chop down trees, you can use them to, you know, the open world is built into the actual gameplay. Pokemon doesn't have that type of gameplay. It's not an action game like that. It's a turn-based RPG. So just throwing in open world doesn't make Pokemon better. You'd have to, or at least Breath of the Wild. It'd be like lots of other games that have open worlds. It would be, I mean, that's fine, but it's not going to enhance the gameplay. It's not going to make it better than Breath of the Wild, or it's not going to make it as good as Breath of the Wild because it has an open world. Breath of the Wild is good because of how it uses the open world, not because it has one, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Breath of the Wild is so good because of how it uses the open. To me, it's a real open world game because the world is actually part of the gameplay. It's not open world just because. Some of these games like Horizon Zero Dawn could have been an action. It could have been an action game like Devil May Cry. Honestly, it could have been an action RPG, or it could have been a little bit more closed off, and it would have been just fine. It would have been just as good of a game as if it wasn't. All you do is roll around from point to point. You can't cut down nothing. You can't interact. You can barely climb up stuff. It doesn't even need to be an open world game. It just is because that's the cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It could have easily been an adventure game with a map like a Zelda or something like that, you know? So yeah. But that's just my opinion. I mean, well, yeah, that's true. You can hide in the grass in Horizon, and that's part of the stealth. But I mean, that's really not. Is that really using the open world? There's stealth games that you can hide in other. I mean, Metal Gear Solid, they have an open world stealth game, right? They have a not open world stealth game. That isn't something that, oh, hiding in the grass. That's not like, oh my gosh, you're using the surroundings in the open. You don't need an open world game to hide in the grass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what makes that's not what makes Breath of the Wild open world great, you know, because you can hide in grass. There's lots of other things with the elements in the game, climbing, using that to crawl, like chopping down like grass or chopping down trees. There's lots of other elements. You know what I'm saying? Like Horizon Zero Dawn, it's open. It's like, oh, well, hiding in the grass makes the open world. You can do that without the game being open world too. There's stealth in action games. I mean, heck, how many games have you played to where you can go, like action games where you can go behind somebody in a non-open world and kill them stealthily or hide behind something? That doesn't do anything. Open world is so overused. It is overused. I think that if Pokemon could implement an open world to where it would be like, it would actually be functional and good. Like, it wouldn't just be, oh, we're open world just because, then that would be dope. Otherwise, it's just like, I don't mind open-ended. Like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 isn't an open world game. Xenoblade Chronicles X is an open world game. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 isn't an open world game. It's open-ended. It's open areas, you know, which is good, but it's not an open world game. It's not an open world game at all. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is fine. It doesn't need to be an open world game like Xenoblade Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles X is fine. It's Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean, you fly around, you know, you use that in that regard, but I mean, what else do you do in that open world? I mean, you have the monsters, and I think that's really the biggest thing with Xenoblade Chronicles X is that it's tied into the theme of the game. Oh, well, you're on an uninhabited planet, you know, you're going to these different locations, there's all these different monsters that are just roaming around free life. I mean, that's that. I mean, Pokemon could be like that, kind of. I mean, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. Pokemon games should be about the whole experience of traveling from route to route, mountains to gyms, camping at night, and cooking for you and your Pokemon, having the Pokemon adventure. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I guess, yeah. I don't expect the open world Pokemon game yet, but I do want it changes it up and keeps it from Pokemon Magic. Like Zelda's changed from 2D to 3D, Mario from 2D to 3D platformer. Well, Mario's a bit different because like Mario, when it comes to like a 2D to 3D platformer, you're talking about a camera perspective or a change. So I mean, are you talking about like the camera perspective in terms of how they went from Pokemon, let's say Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, or that, how they went from that, or how they went from the old school Pokemon games is completely different to this game here? because I mean that's really what the 3D platformers are. I mean they rendered it in a 3D world to where you could move around it compared to from 2D side scrolling. So I mean they went from an isometric view to a more of a full 3D view, camera behind the back. So I mean I'm not exactly sure, you know, like you're mentioning Zelda, you're mentioning these games, but what exactly can they do? You haven't actually mentioned anything that you would want to see them do. You're just mentioning different genres and different games that don't have the same core mechanics as a Pokemon game, where the core mechanic is battling Pokemon. So exactly what would be the Zelda moment from 2D to 3D, or what would be the platforming moment from, which is completely different. That's a completely different thing when you're talking about a platformer and how it renders from a 3D to a 2D perspective. So what would be what you'd want then? That's what I want to know. Avalon with the $5 donation says, bruh, for that Breath of the Wild breakdown, play Final Fantasy VII fanfare for yourself, fam. Add this to the Pizza Fun shout outs, my bad. Hopefully you guys understood that. Breath of the Wild is a very unique game, and I think it's a very unique open world game. When people just say, oh, it should be like Breath of the Wild, that doesn't mean every game that has an open world like Breath of the Wild is going to be good unless they integrate that gameplay in there. So what the hell is YouTube doing? They are changing up the... Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's go. Final Fantasy VII fanfare. Final Fantasy VII fanfare. Fanfare. All right, let's do it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the music. Let's see. Stop being turn-based and integrated, maybe some action into it and other aspects like Final Fantasy. Okay, well, let me ask you a question about Final Fantasy. Is Final Fantasy 15 a better game because it's an action RPG over Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 6? Do you actually think Final Fantasy is like evolutionary or much better than the games that were turn-based, or like Final Fantasy 9? Do you actually think that? Do you think Final Fantasy is... Do you think what Final Fantasy did going from turn-based to an action RPG, is that like such a big evolution for the franchise? Is that what it is? I mean, because I can't think of anybody who thought that when Final Fantasy 15 first launched. They went from turn-based to action. Is that like a big evolution for the franchise because they went to action? Or is it just an action game? So let's see here. Because like I'm looking at Final Fantasy 15 and I'm like, yeah, they went to action RPG, but is this better than Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10? I don't know if this is better. It's action, that's great, but I don't know if it's better. Let's see here. So it's a product of Final Fantasy Evolution. Of course, it's controversial, but no, I'm asking you, but is it better? Is Final Fantasy 15 better because they decided to make it an action RPG than previous Final Fantasy games? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Is it a better game because it's an action RPG? So are you saying that you'd be more happier with Pokemon being an action RPG if it potentially might not be better than what it is if it's a traditional turn-based? So that's what I want to know. Is it better? Is Final Fantasy... Don't say, oh, well, it's an evolution. Is Final Fantasy 15 a better game because they made it an action RPG? Is it better? It's open world and it's action RPG. Is it better than what we've played before? That's what I want to know. No, even Final Fantasy 15 open world, but the world feels empty and less interactions. That's up to perception. You keep on dancing around the question. I'm asking you. I'm asking you, Boss Chop. I'm asking everybody in the chat. I'm asking you as a question. Answer the question. Is moving to an action RPG better for the franchise? Is it going to make it a better game? I'm asking you about Final Fantasy 15. That is an evolution. They went open world. They did all these things that was way bigger. Is Final Fantasy, because of those changes, is it a better game than what we've gotten before? So are you okay with them changing things to make the game potentially be worse for the sake of changing things? Is that what you're trying to say? You said no filler podcast. For Final Fantasy, no. For Pokemon, maybe. No, that's not the point. I'm asking, can anybody... Okay, some of you guys are... I'm not going to read off the people that are dancing around the question. I'm asking you the simple question. It's a very simple thing. Is changing a game to an action RPG, is that going to make Pokemon better somehow? Is that going to make it better? Let me simplify it even more. Because we've seen other RPGs change from turn-based to action. Is this somehow going to make it better? I agree with that. I agree with you. I think you can use an open world just as an immersion tool, or also the game design philosophy, and think Zelda is a perfect example of that. Pokemon Conquest was fun, I'll say that. I love Mystery Dungeon games, but the mainline games have their own requirements. Final Fantasy X was the last traditional turn-based Final Fantasy. Traditional? Well, Final Fantasy... Well, I guess if you're not counting 13 and all that then, right? Let's see. That would not make Pokemon better. Pokemon, the type of game Pokemon is a competitive battling game. So if you made Pokemon, it has a huge base of people that play the game competitively in battle. So if you change the game to an action RPG, it's literally a completely different game than what the game has been before. It's literally a completely different game. Because it would be hard for them to balance what they do with all the different Pokemon in the game and how the gameplay works. Changing it to an action RPG, that would completely change how the game plays. That's actually a bigger change than Final Fantasy. I think that Final Fantasy would be, in my opinion. I think that's even a bigger change because Final Fantasy isn't a competitive battling game. It is a single player RPG. It's not competitive. Now, Final Fantasy has the comrades, which is the whatever. That's something that's a completely separate thing. So changing it to an action RPG completely throws off the whole thing of what people thought about. What people thought about and how they battled and how they played. That would be a huge undertaking. That would be huge. Huge. Let's see. Nope, about Final Fantasy 15. Player says Pokemon wouldn't even work as an action RPG if they did a spinoff. I think a spinoff would work. So yeah, I agree. A spinoff would work, but they'd have to completely change how the battle. Obviously, I don't even want to think how that would work with competitive. A competitive action RPG battling game. I mean, it's been done before. You can do it, but it's a completely different type of thing. Completely different type of thing. But that mentality, you don't need to change what isn't broken. Breath of the Wild would have never happened. Breath of the Wild is a single-player game, though. It's a single-player game. That's why I said a spin-off would be fine. They changed the mentality of Pokemon, let's say Pokemon Go. You don't even battle in that game. Part of the biggest things with Pokemon games is that you battle, right? You battle, that's what you do. They checked that out. They have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. They have Pokemon Snap. They have all sorts of different types of Pokemon games. Legend of Zelda has all different types of Legend of Zelda games. You know what I'm saying? This is a mainline Pokemon game that appeals to a certain audience. Should they change the mainline Pokemon game because you don't like it and because you want some type of evolution? Or can they create something else that would actually work to what you want it to be? So that's the thing that I want to know. Is it works this way because people love this style of battling. For example, they love this style. They like the turn-based, how it works with competitive battling. An action RPG, it would be a completely different type of experience. You're talking about it from a single-player perspective. I'm pretty sure, Boss Shop, you don't play competitive Pokemon at all, right? So you're talking about it from, oh, I want to play a single-player game that's an action RPG. You brought up Final Fantasy, which is a non-competitive game. So you're comparing games that are single-player RPGs to a competitive game that's been played for years and years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why FIFA doesn't turn into, I don't know, a puzzle game. Because there's people that play FIFA competitively and expect a certain type of thing. It's the same reason why card games stay the same, or World of Warcraft, or games that are competitive, or whatever the case is that's multiplayer, are pretty similar to what they've done. And they change certain things because it's a competitive game. Now, if you're talking about a spin-off, a single-player action RPG Pokemon game, absolutely, that'd be dope. I'd be completely down for a spin-off, single-player action RPG, that'd be, I mean, heck, Pokemon Rumble, that's not really an action RPG, but they've changed up the way that how the games play. But you're comparing a lot of single player games to a competitive game. That's the thing. Let's see here. I can see your point. Legend of Zelda can work as a turn-based RPG even. I would like that. Yeah, but Legend of Zelda doesn't need to be, they don't need to turn the mainline Legend of Zelda games into action RPG, or sorry, into a turn-based RPG. I don't think that needs to be done in order for the sake of change. Like, oh, well, there's never been a turn-based Zelda game. Let's make a turn-based Zelda game. Like, let's do that as the mainline game. They don't need to do that. I mean, if they want to do a spin-off, that's cool. But I don't know. I mean, people are comparing a lot. It seems like people are comparing a lot of single-player games. I mean, can anybody name any competitive, like really core competitive multiplayer games that have been around for a long time that have a dedicated fan base that completely change how the battle system works, like overhaul, like go from like turn-based to action? I'm not sure if there has been any turn-based game that completely changes, that's multiplayer-based, that's 100% multiplayer battle-focused, game that completely changes the way that the game operates for the sake of that. So, I mean, that'd be interesting. Persona and Dragon Quest have always been turn-based and nobody complained about those. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a double standard when it goes to, like, you know, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona. I mean, Persona 5 comes out. This is the greatest thing ever. People complain about Pokemon. I mean, but those, once again, single player game, you know, single player game, not a multiplayer game. But I see what you're saying, you know. I see what you're saying with that. I see what you're saying. Let's see here. So yeah, no mainline game. I meant a spinoff. Yeah, spinoff would be fine. I wouldn't mind an action RPG spinoff. I'm not trying to completely disagree with what Boss Shop is saying or what people are saying. More action elements or whatever the case is. That's fine. But I don't think it should be like. I don't think it should be at the sacrifice of people who love the normal mainline games though. You know, like I don't think that. Oh, let's sacrifice how people play Pokemon for 20 years or whatever the case is in a competitive game for the sake of somebody who wants an action RPG that probably doesn't even play the Pokemon games. Like, you know, like I don't think that should happen. Now, the spinoff to add something in, I mean, heck, we're taking pictures of Pokemon. We're guiding Pokemon through dungeons. There's all sorts of spinoffs that do different things with Pokemon. That's fine. But I don't think that the people who love the competitive should be sacrificed because people are angry that, oh, it didn't evolve the way that I want to. It's not Breath of the Wild, you know? Like, that's silly in my opinion. Breath of the Wild didn't change things for the sake of it. Finding treasure collections was in Skyward Sword and Phantom Hourglass. The first Zelda was about exploring the world. Breath of the Wild is accumulation of the mechanics from many other Zelda games. I think really they're talking, and you're right about that, Indie Gamer, but most gamers don't think on that type of level. You think as a developer, most people think of it just basic. They look what's right in front of them. Breath of the Wild is definitely an accumulation of everything that they've learned, and they've added in other elements, though. The difference, though, with this one is that it's in such a graphical presentation that people can't put the link to the original Legend of Zelda, right? Like the original Legend of Zelda, where that was a lot like that, where you're just rolling around and all that, but you're doing so many things that you never did. Like you're chopping down like the trees, you're doing, I mean, we had chopping grass, right? But we just didn't have as many elements, at least in one game. So I think it's an overload, right? When you put it, the graphics that it had, the complete open world that it had, and all the different elements that they added in addition to all the traditional Zelda elements, it creates to what people think though, wow, they've never ever done this before, or this is all completely brand new, which is really just, like you said, a bunch of ideas, which the which the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild developers said, yeah, it's just accumulation of everything that we've worked on before, you know, like all the ideas that we've had, and they put it into one so it looks new, which is great. That's what developers should do. That's what developers definitely should do. And once again, if people think that, oh, well, they should do, that should be the type of Pokemon game where they take all these different ideas and things and throw them into one, I would say, okay, that's great, but let's just wait and see what the actual gameplay elements of the game are. There's more to the game than just, you know, turn-based battling. There's a lot of other elements to the game, you know, outside of just the art style and turn-based battling. Like, there's lots of elements to Pokemon games. That's all I'm trying to say. Let's see here. The same thing can be said with Pokemon, but they just haven't taken that step. It doesn't seem to be. Well, the same thing can be said. Well, what would be your example? I'm hearing people say, oh, well, they need to do this. Like, nobody's giving me an actual example. Like, what outside of turn it into an action RPG, which isn't feasible for a competitive, like a competitive game. A spinoff maybe, yeah, spinoff maybe, but not for like the mainline game. Let's see here. So what would be what you would want that would keep the competitive balance of the game and also add in these new elements that would just make it so much better than what you're seeing? Like, what would you want? That's what I want to know. There will be a Pokemon Battle Royale. I mean, even Tetris are on that. Okay. Guys, what happened to gameplay? It's all about the gameplay. At the end of the day, let's wait for E3 to see the gameplay. Yeah, well, like I said, people are going to judge off what they see, and they see turn-based battles. They don't see the mechanics, but they just see that. So they say, oh, well, it's just the same that we've gotten forever, you know. But like I said, yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to wait, but we're not going to wait. We're going to talk about it right now. Which starter am I choosing? Scorbunny. If they were to drastically change the Pokemon, the change Pokemon, people would complain because it's not a traditional Pokemon. Yeah, you're right. People would complain that it's not a traditional Pokemon. People would 100% complain. But I think the reason why people would complain is because it's a competitive Pokemon game. Because there is a huge install base of competitive Pokemon players. If Pokemon was never a competitive game, if Pokemon was always a single player game, or it had very light competitive attributes, like let's say for example like Yokai Watch, you know, or it wasn't as ingrained for competitive play, people wouldn't mind if Pokemon went completely from turn-based to an action RPG. Like, for example, if Persona or if Shin Megami Tensei did an action RPG as the next mainline one, people wouldn't care as much because it's a single-player game. So as long as they can make it work within that, then that's fine. But if you take Pokemon and you're like, well, wait a minute, what about my battling? Like, what's going to happen? Like, playing a turn-based game, how a turn-based game works compared to an action RPG for competitive play is completely different. You can't take the Pokemon system and how it works for turn-based and completely just port it over to an action RPG. It doesn't work like that. You literally have to create a completely different type of game and use the same names, right, for certain stuff. Like how would PP, how would that be used? Like how would speed be factored in? Like there's so many different things that you'd have to do. So that would cause riots if they made Pokemon into an action RPG and it wasn't good. A competitive action RPG that wasn't good, that could be the end of the that might spell the end of the Pokemon franchise, because the main, like, so many people play the game competitively, you know. So that's a very scary type of concept for the Pokemon company, which is the reason why, once again, why you don't see competitive games really completely change like a battle system. The reason why you see Call of Duty be Call of Duty, the reason why you see FIFA be FIFA, you know, and Madden be Madden. I mean, people can sit there and complain of the same thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's competitive games. They're not going to change Madden into a freaking shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to do that with Madden. They're not going to do that with these certain types of games, you know? So, yeah. And you would also have to worry about the lag and whatnot if it was action. That's true. You'd have to worry about the lag. That would be a problem. Yeah, you're right about that. I wasn't really enthusiastic about the starters. I need to see the final evolution to see what I want. Yeah. I would love a Pokemon-esque action RPG. Yeah, but how would it work? A spin-off of Pokemon where you can focus on raising Pokemon and adventuring around the world and interaction with Pokemon would be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Many new experimental things will be in this. Just wait, everyone. Yeah, I think they will. They keep turn-based battles for competitive players, but they keep dancing around dynamic cameras to immerse you into the world, but never go all in. That's what they needed to do. So are you telling me that a camera change that'd be the huge evolution in the franchise? No Filler Nintendo Podcast? That'd be the huge evolution, would be the camera? Is that what you're telling me? Even though the game isn't a platformer, the game isn't an action game. So, I mean, like, a full, like, if you can control the camera, that would be the big difference in the game, is controlling the camera. Let's see here. The Dude Salmon says, take the openness of the environments from the Xenoblade 2 with the enemies roaming the world, and when you enter a battle, it's turn-based. What if they did that to Pokemon? So that'd be like the environments and then roaming the world and then enter it in turn-based. I mean, that would probably be an option that they could explore in the future. Yeah, I definitely think that'd be an option they could explore in the future. It would be a huge presentation, but presentation wise, that doesn't make an evolution to the gameplay though. It's still the same game. So a camera that you can control all of a sudden makes the game like that's a huge evolution in the game. I don't think so. Poison says, I'm ignoring OJ's ignoring me. No, there's just there's a million people in here. Let's see here. Your notices and probably played Minecraft and Fortnite, all the games with free camera. Kids can learn quickly and get into the games much quicker. Yeah, but Fortnite is a shooter, though. Fortnite's a shooter and Minecraft is an action game. You're comparing games where you have free movement to a game that's a turn-based battling game, though. You want to make a comparison that's more similar? That's why I think that this other guy who said that, oh, well, Xenoblade where you can move around on the world and then you see the Pokemon and then once you go and then it starts the encounter and then it's turn-based. That seems to me like it's more like a feasible like evolution that would actually be like, okay, people might like that, because people did like the fact that you can see Pokemon on the map in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So that's actually feasible for what they're doing within the game. Whereas I think people are mentioning, oh, well, Fortnite has Fortnite's a freaking third-person shooter. Like, Fortnite's a third-person shooter, dude. Fortnite's a third-person shooter, so yeah. Let's see here. I think Ni no Kuni or any other Ni no Kuni's an action. That's an action RPG. That's a single-player action RPG with no multiplayer at all. So I mean, I don't. that's a single player action RPG with zero multiplayer, dude. Let's see. Random encounters will and must be in all mainline games, period. Okay. I hate how Call of Duty didn't go turn-based. Where's the evolution? I know, I hate how Call of Duty's not like a stealth game. They should really make Call of Duty into a stealth game. I need to see some evolution in Call of Duty. Make it into a pure stealth game like Metal Gear Solid or something like that. I don't know. Let's see here. No, Ni no Kuni is in an open world. Ni no Kuni's not really an open world game. To be honest, it's open ended, but it's not really an open world game. No, and the combat is turn based. I thought you meant Ni no Kuni 2. Sorry, I was thinking automatically Ni no Kuni 2, not the newest Ni no Kuni. Okay, the original Ni no Kuni. The original Ni no Kuni is not really open. It's not really open world. The original Ni no Kuni, and Ni no Kuni, once again, there's no competitive multiplayer with Ni no Kuni though, right? So Pokemon would sell 100 copies at best. What are you talking about, Saturn? Funny thing is that the stuff people are asking for is basically the newest Dragon Quest. Is it? What's wrong with kids today? Places we learned how to play games out camera controls. Okay, out camera controls. I don't think having a 3D camera all of a sudden makes Pokemon a much better game. I mean, to be honest, I don't really think it makes it a much better game. I mean, I think it would help, I guess, with the presentation, but you still go into the battles, and then when you battle, that's where the gameplay is. The gameplay is the battle system. You go into the battle, and then you fight, and then you experience the story, whatever the case is, you battle against other trainers. I don't know how a camera all of a sudden is a huge evolution, like some people are trying to make it out to be. I don't get that. But hey, if you think a camera all of a sudden makes Pokemon into a huge evolution, hey, feel free. People don't get that Game Freak has a lot of pressure to make this game. In just 3 years, they need to put a product on the market that will please fans and keep the franchise a success. Yeah, I think that's what people don't understand. They want their own desires, but they don't think of it as like, oh, we'll make it into an action RPG. Well, how do you do that with the gameplay, like when it comes to competitive? So yeah, they're not thinking about it from that end. That's why I think a spinoff would be good. I mean, heck, we got a Pokemon fighting game, right? So I mean, like, they can do that. They can make a single player action RPG, which I think they've done, right? There's the Pokemon games on the GameCube. Those games are isn't there like where they're not really, it's more of just like a single player RPG, right? I mean, I'm not sure if there's multiplayer on some of those games, like the Gale of Darkness and all that. So I mean, there's that. I mean, but those were turn-based games. Those played exactly like the normal Pokemon games. So I mean, they can make a spin-off type of game to where it has like this. But I mean, for like a mainline game, I think that the best thing for like a mainline game, especially for a game like this, is to make sure that it appeases the fans of the game, you know, first and foremost. And then if you want to try something different, like something that's going to be as drastic as completely changing the battle system and the competitive balance of a game, you have to pretty much start over. Like you can't take 7. I mean, you'd have to make way less Pokemon too in an action RPG. There's no way that you can have all those Pokemon and animate them to move like an action, or like animate them to like actually do the attacks and move and punch people and do all that stuff. Like how physical moves work compared to how ranged moves work, completely different. How would defense work? How would things like, is there a block button in these action RPGs? Is there a dodge roll? Like there's no way that you could implement an action RPG into the mainline game and say, oh, well, this is going to be exactly like how we had it before. Like it would be very difficult. Very difficult. Let's see here. Also, shout outs to Superman 918 with the subscription. Also, shout outs to NoelFan 79 with the dollar donations. Can my wife and I hear Summonus from Final Fantasy 15? Maybe the calming of the song will quiet all the trolls. They're not trolls. They're not trolls. They're just people that obviously, you know, aren't. They're just looking for something different. Maybe they don't like turn-based battles. Maybe they just feel that this is be a thing that Pokemon Company can do better, or whatever the case is, and that's fine. But I think some people also don't realize that, like, you also have to make sure that there are people who love the Pokemon franchise and the base of the game and like how it plays, and changing it into an action RPG or changing it into something completely different like that is really going to. I mean, you know, there was a time I said something very dumb when I was younger, and I'll tell you guys the very dumb thing after I get this music going. I said something ridiculously stupid that I actually feel bad for that I said it. And I'll tell you guys what I said back in the day, because it really reminds me of a lot of people that are in here that are saying something about right now. And I'm not saying what you guys are saying are dumb, but I felt that it was dumb based on how I like this franchise now. So let me get this music going, and then I'll tell you guys what I said back in the day about a certain franchise that I love. That's actually my favorite franchise at this point, or one of my favorite franchises. So I'll tell you guys in just a bit. Final Fantasy 15, Summonus. Okay. All right. Samus. Okay. So, how the heck would Snorlax do a dodge roll? I'm not really sure. That's why I said it'd be difficult for them to do. an action RPG. All right, so back when I was in I think I was in high school, this is what I said. When I was on my Game Revolution, I think I was like a freshman in high school or something like that, or a sophomore or whatever. And you know what I said? I said, man, Fire Emblem, I said, Fire Emblem is whack. They don't ever evolve the game from what I've seen, because I played the ROMs and stuff. And I'm like, man, they should make Fire Emblem into an action RPG. That's what I said when I was in high school. I said Fire Emblem's whack. They should make it into an action RPG. It doesn't play that good. It's boring. They've been doing this forever. Like, that's what I said when I was in high school. I've never told anybody that I said that, but I literally said that. And and I'm not kidding you guys. I said that in high school on Game Revolution's forum boards. And I remember somebody came to me and was like, dude, this is what the dude said to me. He said, you're an idiot. You know, he said, you're an idiot. You know, and at the time I was arguing with him. I was like, no, it'd be so much better as an action RPG. They've been doing this and that, blah, blah, blah. That's what I said to him. So stupid. So stupid. So stupid. Let's see, that's the vocal version. Yeah, I thought you said the vocal version, right? Or you just said Samus. Did you want the or Somnus? Did you want the non-vocal version? So yeah, like anyone would prefer Fire Emblem to be Fire Emblem Warriors? No, if you can handle the turn strategies in the games, then play the game. There are enough action RPGs to play. Go play Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I know. I feel, and like I said, that's the first time that I've ever told anybody that I said that about Fire Emblem, you know? So that's very embarrassing when I go back and I look at some of the things that I said about Fire Emblem. I used to call it a stupid grid-based RPG. I used to call it this game, there's no evolution in the game, that the game is just, like, I used to say the weirdest things about Fire Emblem back in the day, dude. And when they were making, like, the GameCube games and all that, which I did play them. I've played a lot of the Fire Emblem games. But it wasn't until Awakening until I really realized the full potential and like the gravity. Mistakes were made, guys. Mistakes were made. So I mean, it's interesting. Let's see. I would like a Fire Emblem ARPG, but not the main series. Maybe a spinoff. Well, I mean, Fire Emblem Warriors is kind of like an ARPG, though. I mean, because you level up, you get stuff, you attack people, you do moves. I mean, it's literally like an ARPG. Now, I guess not like a traditional sense. It's a warrior style game. But yeah, the only action RPGs I like are Kingdom Hearts and the Tales series. Those are good action RPGs. Those are good, but they're not. I mean, Pokemon is a competitive RPG. So a lot of these action RPGs, if you guys notice, a lot of action RPGs aren't competitive. You know, like they're not like a lot of these hardcore like Japan games that are action RPGs. They're not competitive games because competitive RPGs are really hard to do. So yeah, how about Dragon Quest XI? What about Dragon Quest XI, Christopher? That's not an action RPG. That is a turn-based RPG. They made a free roaming action camera or like a free roaming action like battle system, but like it's still turn-based. You can just move around, but the game is still 100%. The game is actually turn-based. They just made it for the Western fans out there to make it look different from what they've done before, where the character isn't standing still. But Dragon Quest XI is the most useless, the most pandering and useless change that I have seen to a battle camera because of Western gamers. This is the most ridiculous pandering that I've ever seen in my life. It's the same. There's no change to Dragon Quest XI when you play it in the free mode compared to the regular turn-based traditional mode. There's nothing. You just move. You just exert more energy with your fingers. That is it. There's no change at all. There's zero change. It's not like, oh, you get a new perspective of the enemy. Oh, this thing works a little bit better than it did before. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. Which is ridiculous. Which is just, it's pandering. You know, it's absolutely pandering, which that blows my mind that actually made it into the game at the end of the day. It blows my mind. But hey, you gotta try to appeal to the Western audience somehow, right? With Dragon Quest, I think that they're out of ideas, right, to try to get Westerners to buy this game. And I think that was like a last ditch. Let's just do something. So when we show the game off officially, you see people moving around. Oh, this looks like an action game. Oh, this is more actiony, right? No, it's a turn-based game with window dressing. The action camera in that game is horrible. It's horrible. Why would you do that to yourself? And waste your energy moving around for what? The game is turn-based. The game works exactly turn-based, though. Dragon Quest XI is dope. The game is dope. The free action camera or whatever it is, that's not dope. It's a waste of time. You literally are just exerting more energy moving around for no reason. There is no point in using that camera outside of this looks cool, or I think this looks cool. Like if they actually made elements to where the action camera, which I think that would obviously break the balance of the game. But if there was actually things that made, like, let's say you raise your evasion potentially by moving, then I can understand. But there's literally no benefit. It's just a camera perspective. Let's see here. Yeah, the free mode looked like the Tales style, but really isn't, which is a shame. Dragon Quest XI is dope though. I got it on the PS4. I streamed it on. I got gameplay of the game here on here. I like Dragon Quest XI. OJ was correct. Fire Emblem Warriors is technically an area. It's technically an area. It's just not a traditional action RPG because it takes place, like, for example, like an action RPG, like for like Kingdom Hearts. You know, you have like your party and you're fighting with them and, like, you know, whatever. But it just doesn't. It technically is. It just doesn't operate like a traditional ARPG. It just doesn't operate like one. But yeah, it's like it. So. Yeah, it's a Musou game. It's a Musou game. But it definitely has action RPG. I mean, you fight, you level up your weapons, swords, stuff like that. It has all the elements of an action RPG. So, Musou game isn't a genre. It's just a style of game. But if I had to classify Fire Emblem Warriors, I'd say yeah, it's an action RPG. I mean, if I had to classify it, it's an action RPG. But yeah. He said, I saw that at first and thought it had area effects for all its abilities. Then I was sad. Yeah. I mean, you know, and that's how I was too, man. That's how I was too as well. So it was interesting with Dragon Quest. It was interesting. I'm just gonna call you. Is it Jedediah? Yeah, very interesting with Dragon Quest. All right, guys, we're at the 2-hour mark. We're at the 2-hour mark, so hold on, let me read off what Gen 1 says. Is it me or the gamers nowadays getting really spoiled? I rarely, if I ever bump into people complaining about is it frames per second graphics during the PS2 era and below. Well, that's because now we actually have well, people complained about that stuff. It's just the internet is more prevalent now than back then in the PS2 era. But now we have Digital Foundry to tell us exactly what frame rates are at and stuff like that. So that's the reason why people talk about it more. It's more relevant in gaming today because we actually have the equipment and tech necessary for all that stuff. Can you change that camera on and off? Yeah, you can. You can go into the free range mode or you can go into the traditional turn-based one. So yeah, you can. But all right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I think the first half of the stream was way more hype than the second half of the stream because people were getting salty because of the way that I was talking. So I had to, for those people to make it seem like I'm not mad, I had to kind of calm it down. So I mean, like, I actually enjoyed the first half of the stream a lot more than the second half. But hey, it's all good. You guys got your comments read off. You guys got your questions answered. All of that stuff was there. So it was fun to kind of go through. But I don't know. The first half of the stream was a lot more fun to me. But once again, you got to make sure that I gotta make sure that people aren't getting upset about things. But yo, thank you guys so much for the donations today. Seriously, let me just say this real quick before we go, guys. Thank you guys so much for the donations today. Today was a big day. Today was a big day for donations, man. Like, huge day. Huge day for donations. So thank you guys so much, man. I really do appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Really do. We got 2 new members as well. We got a bunch of new subscribers today. So thank you for all that, guys. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out my my new video on Pokemon. Go there and you guys can say all the stuff that you guys were saying here. Go say it over there in the comment section. You know, Pokemon Sword and Shield video. So I actually had another video. I did that. I'm not sure if you guys saw it today. The views actually aren't bad, but it would be nice if it'd be better. But YouTube is being lame with my channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and link you guys that. Actually, no, we're almost at 2K views. That's not too bad. All right, so copy link address. All right, so make sure you guys check out my video if you haven't done so. And if you have complaints or if you want to complain about the Pokemon game or whatever the case is, go over to my video and put the same comments that you guys are putting on my video. So go watch the video, watch it before you go to bed, whatever the case is. It'd be really nice if you guys did so. Also, shout outs to the Twitch fam. What's up, Frankie? How you doing today, my man? How you doing? Check out my video if you haven't done so already. Let's see. So yeah, great stream, guys. We'll probably talk about Pokemon tomorrow because that's a hot topic. So we'll talk about Pokemon tomorrow. You guys can come tell me I'm being defensive and all this other stuff, and I'm shilling. You guys come and tell me all these different stuff when I'm simply just reading off you guys' comments and talking about the game, having a good discussion. But yeah, you guys can come do that tomorrow as well. Sorry once again to the Smash Brothers and everybody here. Sorry for not having Smash, guys. I'm actually dead tired right now, and I'm gonna go eat. And I am going to go to sleep. And I'm going to wake up early tomorrow morning. We're going to wake up early. I'm going to try to do all my work, get all my work done for tomorrow. And then we're going to try to stream Smash tomorrow. I'm going to try my hardest to stream Smash tomorrow. Okay, guys? Try my hardest. I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to be up tomorrow. I'm going to be working really hard for you guys. I already got PE news done. All I got to do is render it and upload it. So we good tonight, guys. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep. I trust me, guys. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to work as hard as possible for you guys today. Once again, I know I said this already, and I just want to make sure that I'm grateful for everybody that's here. I'm grateful for the job that I have, and I'm grateful for you guys' donations today. You guys don't know how much that means to me. It really means a lot to me to sit there and look at my Streamlabs, and we got hundreds of dollars of donations today between the earlier chat and between today. To see hundreds of dollars of donations for me just sitting here and talking into a camera is freaking nutty, so thank you guys so much. I really, really do appreciate that. I use the donations for equipment upgrades and stuff, so it really means a lot to me. It really means a lot. Thank you. All right, so I think that wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Great viewership tonight as well. Well over 100 people whole night, so that was great. Peaked at, I think we peaked at what, 200? About 200 people tonight, so really good. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys tomorrow, right, for more streams and more videos. All right, 6 a.m. PE News. 6 a.m. PE News. Got some new information on Kingdom Hearts 3, new information on potential Devil May Cry for the Switch again. The developers are talking, and much more. So, all right, guys. Peace.